Roadways are crucial to the functioning of modern transportation networks, playing a vital role in daily commutes, emergency responses, and overall economic efficiency. Unfortunately, many roads, especially those in underdeveloped or inadequately maintained areas, face significant issues that compromise their safety and effectiveness. One major concern is the state of powerless roadways, characterized by a lack of proper lighting, inadequate signage, and poor upkeep. These deficiencies contribute to dangerous conditions for both drivers and pedestrians. Inadequate lighting makes it difficult for drivers to see hazards and for pedestrians to be seen, while insufficient signage can lead to confusion and accidents. Poor maintenance, including potholes and uneven surfaces, exacerbates the risk of vehicle damage and accidents. Together, these factors create a hazardous environment on the roads, posing serious safety risks. What are powerless roadways? Powerless roadways refer to streets and highways that suffer from severe deficiencies in infrastructure and maintenance. This includes lack of adequate lighting. Many roads, particularly those in rural or neglected urban areas, are plagued by inadequate or non-existent street lighting, creating significant safety hazards. The absence of proper illumination on these roads dramatically increases the risk of accidents as drivers struggle to see the road ahead, identify potential hazards, and spot other vehicles or pedestrians. Poor lighting also makes it challenging for drivers to clearly see and interpret road signs, which are crucial for safe navigation. For pedestrians, the situation is even more perilous. Crossing poorly lit roads becomes exceedingly dangerous as drivers may not notice them until it's too late. This lack of visibility on unlit roads contributes to a higher incidence of accidents and endangers both drivers and pedestrians alike. Poor road maintenance. Roads that are in disrepair, featuring potholes, cracks, and uneven surfaces, pose significant risks to both drivers and vehicles. These defects can cause drivers to lose control of their vehicles, leading to accidents, particularly if they are forced to swerve or make sudden maneuvers to avoid road hazards. The danger is magnified in adverse weather conditions such as rain or snow, when visibility is reduced and the road's surface becomes slick. In such conditions, even minor road imperfections can lead to severe accidents as vehicles are more likely to skid or hydroplane. Additionally, the impact of hitting a pothole or navigating over uneven surfaces can cause serious damage to vehicles, including tire blowouts, misalignment, and suspension issues. In extreme cases, these road conditions can create life-threatening situations, underlining the importance of regular road maintenance and repair. Inadequate signage. Missing or damaged road signs and signals pose a significant threat to road safety by depriving drivers of essential information needed for safe navigation. Without clear and visible signage, drivers may be unaware of upcoming hazards such as sharp turns, pedestrian crossings, or construction zones. They may also miss important speed limit changes, leading to inappropriate speeds that increase the risk of accidents. Additionally, the absence of proper navigation instructions can create confusion, especially in unfamiliar areas, causing drivers to make sudden or unsafe decisions, such as abrupt lane changes or wrong turns. This lack of clear communication between the roadway and drivers not only heightens the likelihood of accidents but also contributes to a more chaotic and unpredictable driving environment. Dangers associated with powerless roadways. The dangers of powerless roadways are multifaceted. Increased accident risk. Poor lighting and signage significantly hinder a driver's ability to navigate safely. Without adequate illumination, drivers struggle to see the road clearly, making it difficult to detect obstacles, read road signs, or anticipate hazards. This lack of visibility increases the risk of accidents, especially at night or in low-light conditions. Similarly, insufficient signage can lead to confusion about directions, speed limits, or warnings about upcoming dangers, which can result in dangerous driving behavior or missed hazards. In addition to these issues, inadequate road maintenance exacerbates the problem by introducing defects such as potholes and uneven surfaces. These road defects can cause sudden and severe impacts to vehicles, especially if drivers are unable to spot them in time due to poor lighting or unclear signage. This combination of factors, reduced visibility, inadequate signage, and deteriorated road conditions, creates a hazardous driving environment that increases the likelihood of accidents and vehicle damage. Higher accident severity. Accidents that occur on poorly maintained or unlit roads tend to result in more severe injuries due to the challenging conditions these roads present. The absence of adequate lighting makes it difficult for drivers to avoid hazards, leading to higher impact collisions. Additionally, the lack of lighting can delay the detection of accidents by other drivers or passersby, slowing down the response time of emergency services. This delay in medical attention and rescue efforts can worsen the injuries sustained, increasing the likelihood of long-term consequences or fatalities. As a result, the dangers of poorly maintained and unlit roads extend beyond the initial accident, significantly affecting the outcomes for those involved. Threats to pedestrians Pedestrians face significantly heightened risks on powerless roadways, where infrastructure deficiencies create a dangerous environment for those on foot. The absence of proper lighting on these roads is a major contributor to the danger, as it severely limits drivers' ability to see pedestrians, especially during nighttime or in low visibility conditions. Without adequate street lighting, pedestrians are often nearly invisible to drivers until it is too late to react. Furthermore, the lack of designated sidewalks or safe pedestrian crossings on these roads forces people to walk along the roadway itself or cross at unsafe locations. This situation increases the likelihood of pedestrian accidents, as drivers may not anticipate encountering pedestrians in the roadway or may not see them in time to avoid a collision. The combination of poor lighting, inadequate pedestrian infrastructure, and the need for pedestrians to navigate unsafe road conditions results in a significantly higher risk of accidents, often with severe or fatal outcomes for those on foot. Economic impacts. Frequent vehicle damage and accidents on poorly maintained roads lead to substantial financial consequences for drivers and the broader community. For drivers, the immediate impact is seen in increased repair costs due to damage from potholes, road defects, or collisions. Over time, the high frequency of accidents also results in higher insurance premiums, as insurers adjust rates to account for the greater risk. Beyond the individual financial strain, these accidents place a significant economic burden on emergency services and healthcare systems, which must respond to and manage the aftermath of these incidents. The costs associated with emergency response, medical treatment, and long-term care for accident victims further strain public resources, making these roadway conditions a widespread economic issue that affects both individuals and society as a whole. Case studies. Rural America. Roadways in many rural communities across the United States have considerable issues as a result of inadequate infrastructure, which frequently results in what are commonly referred to as powerless roadways. When it comes to safety, these rural routes generally suffer from inadequate lighting and signage, both of which are essential for ensuring that drivers are able to drive safely. Because there is a lack of adequate street lighting, drivers have restricted visibility after dark, which makes it difficult for them to see the road, identify potential hazards, and notice other vehicles and pedestrians. This problem with visibility is made worse by inadequate signage, which includes directional and warning signs that are either absent or have been positioned in an inappropriate manner. It is possible that drivers will not be aware of approaching turns, road conditions, or potential hazards such as steep curves or wildlife crossings if they are not provided with clear information. Because of the combination of these elements, the number of accidents that occur during nighttime travel on rural routes is significantly higher. This is because drivers are unable to respond in a timely manner to unforeseen impediments or changes in the road conditions. In these places that are less lighted and poorly marked, the risk of collisions and accidents is greatly increased due to the combination of inadequate illumination and inadequate signs. Developing countries that are still in the process of constructing their infrastructure, have a particularly severe influence on the safety of their roadways because of the shortcomings in their infrastructure. As a result of a lack of funding and regular periodic maintenance, the roads in these regions are typically plagued by substantial deterioration and huge potholes. This is because of the lack of maintenance. Due to the fact that drivers are required to navigate around deep potholes and uneven surfaces, they run the risk of causing damage to their vehicles and losing control of their vehicles. Because of these defects on the road, unsafe driving circumstances are created. The lack of adequate illumination on these roads further exacerbates the risk, since it makes it more difficult for drivers to see obstacles, traffic signs, and other vehicles, particularly when it is nighttime. This is especially true when the roads are in the dark. Accidents, which commonly result in fatalities, are more likely to occur when poor road conditions are combined with inadequate lighting. This combination increases the likelihood of accidents. The frequency with which accidents of this kind take place draws attention to the urgent need for considerable improvements in road infrastructure and maintenance. These upgrades are necessary in order to enhance safety and lessen the possibility of tragic incidents occurring in these regions. Thanks for watching and subscribing channel.